All right, guys, so I'm here, just got to my afternoon clinic. The way our rotation works is we do a morning, or you have a mainstay. So this week I'm on postpartum, and I do AM rounds with them. And then on Wednesdays, I'm an afternoon clinic. That's about 30 minutes away from main campus. So I'm here, probably hoping I got here in just enough time to eat. So I'll give you kind of the rundown afterwards, but just an update. So this week I've been waking up at 4:30, an hour before I usually would, to essentially accomplish any task that I was usually putting off to be the last thing at night. So that's emails, research, Anki cards, questions, whatever it may be. This is my time to be focused, uninterrupted, and get some things done. Right now it's worked really well, so I hope to continue when possible. But if you're trying to be productive, you're a busy person, put it at the end of the day versus the end. Helps you keep your sanity and actually get things done. All right, guys, so here it is, 7 o'clock in the morning, just getting into the hospital. First things first, you need to pre-round. So it's the same thing from last rotation. Looking in the system, seeing how the patients did overnight. Because this is postpartum and, our ladies are leaving in about 1 to 3 days, depending on if they had a vaginal birth or a C-section. I'm more than likely going to see somebody new. So it's about seeing what happened when they were giving birth, and then checking in to make sure that everything they have they need. And then after I go and pre-round with them on the computer, which is what you're seeing, after I pre-round is when I actually go to their room to check in on them, ask them, how's their pain going? Are they having any problems? Are they eating? Are they meeting all their goals for discharge? And then I usually try to see how they feel about going home, just so that we have an idea of what's going to be the next step for them, because most of our parents are ready to go and enjoy their new bundle of joy. All right, so now it's about 9 o'clock, and typically on postpartum, we've already done a little bit of rounding. And rounding is we have the whole team, myself, my 2 other classmates, we have 2 interns, and then we're under a nurse midwife. So after I've pre-rounded and I've gone to go see the patients, we meet up with the rest of the team, and then we go and round together, which is basically going in with the resident and the midwife to go see how everything's going, talk with the plan, and then make the decision of whether they're staying or whether they are going home that day. So 9 o'clock is when we do the interprofessional rounds, which is essentially meeting up with the pediatrics team, the social workers, and the nurses to talk about the plan from all perspectives. Is the mother ready to go? Is the baby ready to go? And do they have everything that they need? That happens at 9. This is usually when I finish my notes. Once it's done, we go back to finish rounding, and that's typically been kind of the end of the day for us. All right, y'all, so that was my first week on OB. It was really interesting, just kind of learning about the management of what happens after a mother has her baby, how to manage certain complications. And for me, it was just a really powerful moment to be there, in a very happy moment for the family right before they're able to go home. They're all chomping at the bit to leave. That was the first week. The layout of this rotation is we do a different service every week. So last week was postpartum. This week I'm starting on Gyn-Onc. The other caveat to the OB rotation is that we have clinic, and we have 2 clinics to appear at each week. One is in the morning, which is with the fellows, and it's really close to campus. But then the other one is going to be an attending, and that one's in the afternoon, and my day is Wednesday. So I went this past week. It was a really great experience. My attending is full of life, energy, sass, attitude, whatever you want to say, but she's really, really cool. So getting to see kind of annual visits with women OB checkups. So anytime they're like progressing with their baby that they're having, coming and getting their routine checkup for that. I got to do my first wet prep, which is diagnostic for BV, or bacterial vaginosis. And basically you're just kind of dipping it in a solution and then you whiff it, and it has a very, very pungent smell. So that's positive for BV. So I got to do that. One of those things that you usually hear in a book or read in a book, and I didn't know if I would ever get to experience it, but it happened. That's the general layout. I'm kind of doing this rotation week to week in terms of vlogging, just because this was really, really highly requested. Everybody wants to know what happens in OB. So that's that. We're going to be on to gyne next week and see how everything goes.